Welcome back. Here we are. T.R.O.Y Center Chronicles. Number nine. We still don't know if it's going to be an episode, series, installment, or not yet. We don't know. But we're here, and we are definitely bringing you some more transparency and letting you know what it is that we're doing here in the Central Valley, Fresno, California to be exact, by way of St. Louis, Missouri. So yeah, the T.R.O.Y Center, man. This chronicle is going to touch something that we think is extremely important, not just to our youth, but to anyone that helps us facilitate, our interns or coaches, or just people in general. And that is something that we all can benefit from, which is an acronym called V.A.R.K, which is for visual learner, auditory learner, reading and writing learner, or kinesthetic learner, which is more like hands-on, right? And these are different ways that people learn. And we think that it's extremely important for our youth to make sure that we know the type of learner they are. Because you can't put everyone into a room and expect for them all to learn the same. So with that being said, we want to implement an individualized case plan for all of our youth. Any youth that we come in contact with, we want to be able to okay, we know that little Johnny, he's more of a reader. If we put something in a text format, he's going to be able to divulge it and let us know exactly what it is that was said in that text. Whereas someone else, not so much. They may be more like myself. I'm more of a visual, hands-on kind of learner. I learn best that way. And it wasn't until I was a little older that I actually realized that, hey, when I do this like this, it makes more sense to me. Now, if I were able to break that little code back when I was younger, man, Lord only knows where we would be right now. So with that being said, what we want to do with the T.R.O.Y Center at the T.R.O.Y Center is actually help our youth crack the code sooner. So let them understand that they're more of a visual learner. Or no, they like to hear things more. Or no, they like to read and write. Or maybe they're more hands-on, right? And so the individualized case plan will be able to dive deeper into what's going on with any youth that we deal with by understanding that, hey, myself, Nick Butler, if I'm able to sit down and show a young man or a young lady that is a visual learner how to do something, that's going to resonate with them way more than me giving them a packet and telling them to go read it and then come back to me in an hour and tell me what it is that they learned or what the article was about in that packet or whatnot, right? Whereas we can take the same packet and I can put it more into a visual aspect to where they'll be able to it's clicking, or vice versa. Maybe someone isn't as visual of a learner and they need the packet. That's perfectly fine. But the individualized case plan will help us have a better understanding of the youth that we're dealing with. And a lot of these things that we cover are things that we can personally relate to. And sometimes being able to personally relate to certain things, you're able to give more of a insight on that topic to where you can help a youth that is struggling with the same things that you struggled with when you were younger. Now, like we said in earlier chronicles, we have to be able to reach them to teach them. And we believe that being able to reach them on that level by making that connection that, hey, I wasn't the best reader growing up, so I understand you having problems with that. Let's try it this way, right? I was having a conversation with a young man today, and like the digital clock, or not the digital clock, I'm sorry, the clock with the hands on it. Case in point right here. He was telling me that back in 5th grade, he knew how to tell time on that clock, but now he forgot how. Now I was thinking to myself, that was very interesting. I'm like, well, how can that be? Well, repetition is important for sure, but nowadays you can pick up your phone and ask your phone what time it is, or even look at your phone and digitally it will tell you what time it is, right? That's visual. Now, is this young man behind because he can't tell time on the hand clock? No, not at all. He learns differently. Case in point, you give him any kind of computer software game, tell you exactly what to do. He may even be able to code it for you, right? So it's just different ways that we learn. And I don't believe personally that there's one way that's the best or right way. It's each individual who determines the way that they learn. Now, like I said earlier, you can't put everyone into a room and expect to teach them the same way and for them to grasp the concept. Now, you may be able to, like I was saying about the example of, showing a youth as opposed to having them do a packet. You may be able to, decipher, okay, I know that you learn this way, but at the same time, let's enhance where you're weak at. So we're not going to completely just disregard the fact that you're more of a visual learner. We're going to try to, bring up your abilities to read and write, or if you're more of a more of an auditory learner, help you with the reading aspect or the visual aspect, or even the hands-on aspect. So we're going to try to do, what we can to improve your skills. And that's what we are, a nonprofit organization that aims at helping our youth become better, productive citizens, right? And I say that in a sense because the background that I come from with, the youth that I deal with. A lot of the youth that I deal with on a daily are youth that have dealt with some, or had a checkered past, if you will. Let's just leave it at that, right? So we want to make sure that, we don't exclude them, and we want to include them. And we think that a key way of doing that is paying attention to V.A.R.K, which is, hold on, I just said one thing and you didn't understand what it was that I said. Let me try a different way. Let me try to write it down to see if you're more of a reader and see if you get it that way, right? And once we do that, okay, now we're able to reach them, and then now the teachings will begin for sure. So yeah, with Choice Center Chronicles number 9, V.A.R.K, that is something that we want to definitely implement and make sure that we have a better understanding on how our youth learn, and not even just our youth, but like I was saying earlier, myself, the coaches that we deal with, the facilitators, the volunteers, the teachers that we deal with. We want to help, and understand, their approach just as well. It's not a one size fit all. We know that we are all individuals, and we learn differently. And that's one of the things that we want to implement for sure here at the Choice Center. So yeah, Choice Center Chronicles number 9. And that's what we got for today. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.